rhythmic, but the genre is like
Algo
electro pop or electro swing.
electro swing.
Yeah, it's just a new genre that like not necessarily new, but it's like it's
What's
this is the coolest one I've ever found of it though.
yeah. I'm trying to think. What's that one there that's in the mask? You know, the mask Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
Cuban Pete.
It's the big band.
Cuban Pete.
Is
My
it
name
Cuban
is
Pete?
Cuban Pete, and the
No,
shake to
no,
the
no,
Cuban
no,
Pete.
no, no. When they're in the nightclub and they doing that dance scene,
Oh,
it's a big
not when
band.
he's taken over as Cuban Pete.
No, it's a big band. It's a
Yeah, I know what
big.
you're
I
talking
think it's actually called Big Band.
about. Big Band. The song is called Big Band.
I believe so.
Big Band.
Or
Do
yeah, I'm
you
not
like the
100.
new promo?
I fucking love it.
Did you see it?
I did.
I just finished
Oh no,
watching
no,
it.
I'm just gonna. I'm one of those smile and nod guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
good.
it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
good.
it was good.
You see it? Yeah, describe it for me. Well, you
I
know.
chose the neon pink that's representing you,
What?
and the purple is me, and the green is the money we're gonna make
Okay.
with
Yeah,
giving
actually,
out non-financial advice.
yeah, actually, the green is the gem cutter's color. With the purple, green and purple are the gem
Bro,
cutter's
that's what
color.
I'm saying. What's up?
Nice, nice. Well, why am
I
I
made
pink?
this on Adobe Express on my phone. I
Yeah.
was like, bro, like they have this like style knob. You just like rotate it, and it just like changes whatever. Like if those boxes, you just rotate it, and it would like be like, here's a box, here's a bunch of words squished sideways in a box, here's a banner. Like it just you keep
Yeah.
rotating it, and it's like the trippiest thing. It just
Oh, I love it. I
it's
fucking
super
love
cool.
it.
So I just generated like
Loving it.
well, because
Loving
like
it.
the one I had I liked, but like it's not for it's a portrait banner. It's not really for Twitter. You gotta like
And
make it.
and you weren't able to test the where it says set a reminder. You weren't able to do that today.
Really?
Well, yeah, because you created and started the space right away.
No, I created the space this morning. I just didn't like promote it.
Oh, that helps.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah.
Thanks for the advice. Promote your space. I'm doing right now. You're running a bit
Yeah.
behind, Brad. Give it to
I'm
a
like,
break.
where's the space? I could freaking start DMing it. I was like
It's
actually like 20 minutes early this time, and
yeah,
then
but you
like,
know that we're
yeah,
gonna
I know
get like
I haven't done it yet. And I'm just like, oh okay, and then I started doing something else, and now I'm
dude,
like,
at the end of the
shit,
day,
now I'm 5 minutes late.
if people don't look, it's really just about getting the people who are browsing by like just by recents,
Oh
by
yeah,
latest.
no,
Because
I'm
we're
skeptical on
dude,
the
the
creating
algorithm sends our
fans.
tweets out. It sends my tweets out, my announcements for my show 6 hours after the show. Like on my
What?
Stay Tuned account, I'll get a notification like Christiano just went live, and I'm like, bro, I'm in my bed sleeping. No, I did not. And that's when everyone else is getting notified. And everyone's like, oh, I just missed it. I'm like, yeah, because you're getting the tweet 6 hours later.
Really?
Yeah. That's why it's like I have to set it up where like, when they hit the notification bell, they have to hit spaces. And I don't even have that in mind right now.
Huh.
Like if I went to yours and hit your notifications, it says none, all tweets, and only tweets with live video. It doesn't say spaces yet. But I've seen, so I went to a space last night with Gilad was there dropping some knowledge with them, but it was like a bunch of like spaces people, and they were talking about like the new update and it was cool because like Gilad like talked more about what he does and they all talked about like what they want to see and what new developments are happening, but like there's the live chat feature. So where that
Yeah.
little plus sign is, they're gonna have that live
Right.
chat feature where you're gonna have like a
You
chat.
had hold on. You had a one-on-one with Gilad.
I did not have a one-on-one with Gilad. No, I did not.
No, a chat. A chat. Jesus.
No, I just listened in. I just listened in. I was just listening, and he was just like people were asking him questions, and they got him to, like they were more annoying than I would ever be with Gilad. So like they were just like,
Oh, was it different space? It was a
yeah,
different
it was like a
space.
space, and he jumped in there,
Oh,
and
I
he was
thought
just
the way
helping them
you
out.
said it, like you were just, talking to him on the phone, like we talk on the phone.
No, but I mean, eventually, I would, I hope our friendship gets there. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I know mine
No, I
definitely
mean,
will not
if we
get
have
there
stuff to
with him.
work on,
I'd call him. He would go, "Hey, how's it going?" I'd
well,
be like, "Hey, it's Brad
that
Music,"
space
and
was recorded, so I guess I could say it.
he'd
I
hang
could
up.
say it publicly. Like that space is recorded. He said he's He works with he's fucking with me. Brand deals and pro influencers, like
There you
professional
go.
creators. So like so me, which would make sense as to why he constantly is like showing up on our stream. So
Right. So
so
we'll see. We'll
I
see.
think I'm being groomed, Brad. And
That's
I just
yeah,
have
and
to say, because I
that's
know
one hell of a
Spaces is
dude
listening to
to
this, I am all for it, and
yeah.
I am totally down to be your figurehead if you need someone to like, because I'll clean my jokes up. You watch how fast my jokes clean up. I'm intelligent. I don't have to be like poo
Yeah,
poo pee pee.
absolutely for sure.
You
But
know what I mean?
dude, hold on. This young lady, okay,
What's happening, Margaret?
she blew the doors off of Juliana's space this morning.
Really,
Oh my God, she can friggin' rap, dude, like you wouldn't believe. And
really?
she starts with and she starts with the I don't really do it, and I'm shy. She does the whole thing, right? The whole shy thing, and then we're like, well, okay, well, what kind of music do you like? And she's like, you got anything in the like 120 BPMs?
Bro,
I'm like, what?
going for the
And I'm
gusto.
just like, are you serious? It's like, yeah, and then she goes, however, she does do the rapping in her language, which if I believe it's Jordanian. If let's just give her a mic.
Georgian, yeah. Hello,
Jordanian,
Christine.
thank you.
Hello, Brad again. Oh no.
Hello,
Oh, you
Margaret.
are
How
Yeah.
are you?
seriously
Oh
talking.
man.
You are not seriously because wait, I was joking. I mean that it's not cool that
Mhm.
I was rapping. It seems like
It was
uh
very cool that you were rapping.
no,
What are
when
you
I
talking about?
seriously I was looking for Juliana. She was recording this space, and I was looking because I
Mhm.
want to share this with my friends because they always
Yeah.
are laughing me and to say them that oh look I have my own concert, I mean own bottle. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's what spaces are all about. They're having fun and just putting out your talents. And we just discovered you got another
guys,
talent,
I
right?
lagged. I will join
So I
after
bet you
5 minutes.
how many
Okay,
followers, but how many followers did you get from that space after you left today, Marguerite? Uh-oh, she left. Did she leave? She's still showing as
no, I'm
speaker.
lagging.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
lagging.
I will
Okay,
join. Wait,
how many
I will
followers?
join again.
No, wait. How many followers did you get from that
Oh,
space?
I don't check this actually. 20 maybe, I don't know.
Right. And normally, how many do you get? Like on
After
average?
spaces I'm going to have many followers because I don't know why people.
5, 10? Let's just go with 5 or 10.
11.
So, yeah. See, that's all I'm saying is the more talent you show, the more, people like you and follow you, right? And the more you follow back, kind of thing. You never know who's in a
You heard it here
space.
first, kids.
You heard it here. You never know who's in a space. Like when I first came into spaces, the first 3 spaces I did were the picture project in less than 60 seconds. Those are the spaces I chose to go into first. The first one, the big X survey says, ouch. And then the second one, I was like, I had one sentence left, and I would have nailed the 60-second mark. One freaking sentence. Third one, nailed it. Nailed it. And that was it. I was gone. I just started taking off from there. But that's all it was. And that third space where I nailed it, I met like some big people were in that space. And yeah, it really got me launched to where I am today, that I'm nowhere near where I'd like to be. But still, the point is,
But at least you're humble.
I'm going places, just not as
I'm
fast as I
going
would like.
places, kid. I'm gonna be a
Yeah,
contender.
yeah, that's right. I'm going to be a contender.
I just got off the phone with my dad. I told him, he's like, "How's everything going?" I'm like, "I'm gonna be a contender, pop."
Cristiano, bro, Brad, listen, I was lagging. Sorry, I did not left by myself. My
That's
phone is
okay.
lagging because
You
it's like a
carpeted.
calculator,
Lagging.
Yeah.
You carpeted. We're going with carpeted is the catchphrase.
Magic carpet ride.
Magic carpet ride. That's what happened there. Yeah. But it's okay. We answered your question for you.
hmm
So yeah, we're good. Where am I going with this?
I'm just
You
Oh
curious
actually
yeah.
got
why
to.
there's
Did you speak for
nobody.
her?
That's why I'm joining to help to join somebody else, and I will retweet this post. So I hope I will help a little.
Excellent. Fantabulous.
Of course.
Fantabulous.
Yeah,
So,
and DM me
other
that.
than showing your support, perhaps you have a question or two or five for us that we can help you out with in your project, or are we doing personal advice? Because I want to steer away from that.
Personal advice? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Personal advice is that's you
No.
got to pay for personal advice, and you got to pay a therapist.
Okay, there you go. We're not therapists, right?
We're not licensed therapists.
Okay, we're not licensed therapists. I was
None
just
of
checking.
this is financial advice.
Unless we say it is.
I'm looking into my DMs, and it's just DMs from Brad being like, "Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are being laid for your own space?" Brad's my accountability
Keep
partner, I
reading, keep
guess.
reading, keep reading.
Really? Who do you think you are? Brad Music? That fucking dope is late for his own birthday parties. Were you late? Did you miss your own birthday again? Were you drunk? You forgot
I
to
was
show
like
up?
an hour and a half late.
Really?
Yep.
I would be late for my own birthday party, straight up.
Yep. I
I've
was
been
like, oh
consistently
crap, I
running
watch
30 minutes
YouTube.
behind for about 12 years now. For 12 years, I've been like, I'm going to get that 30 minutes ahead. I'm just going to, and just always have been 30 minutes consistently.
Nice.
I don't know how it's possible, but.
I don't know. Hey, when I started working from home, I was still late for work. The traffic from my bedroom to the living room, total gridlock, man.
I'm going to paste the post in the music patch
Okay,
engagement.
yeah. I may or may not have already done that.
You did?
Probably not. Probably not. No, I don't know.
And I was
I
going to
did
post it
post
in
it.
the
I
next
think I
shit for stuff.
posted it with the whales and the shrimpage.
Whales and the shrimp.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce and Jebediah Springfield.
Bruce Banner?
Yeah. You know any other Bruces?
Bruce the Goose.
Really? What's he do?
Brucey, two names,
Brucey, two names.
Uh,
Brucey Lucy. He's a
Bruce,
pimp. He's a
Bruce,
pimp.
Dr. Bruce Banner.
Yeah,
Did I already say him?
yeah, we already said that one. Yeah. Do you know
Bruce
Brucey
Almighty.
Lucy? Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Do you know Brucey Lucy? He's a pimp.
Brucey Lucy. Yeah, no, he owes me $20. I gave
Uh,
so I didn't I booked a room with one of his girls, but then I ended up just like giving her like talking about her dad the whole time and then giving her free therapy. So he actually owes me like 20. He owes me like 20. Yeah. I decided to give him like the friend rate, but still
that's good. That's good. I might steal that.
that's
That's
literally how it
funny.
would go.
That's how it
That's
would go.
literally what it would be like.
Yeah.
I'd
I
be
came
like,
to have
so we were
I
gonna,
came to have fun,
and
but
then I
yeah.
ended up just talking about her dad most of the time, telling her it's not her fault for like an hour, and then we were done.
Damn. Yeah. Nice. Well, as long as you were satisfied.
The world needs more nice guys,
This is true. Factual facts.
Factual facts.
Speaking of factual facts, more and more people are coming to me and saying, "Man, I've heard factual facts said in like 10 different
I don't
spaces
say it
today."
because I didn't know I was allowed to say it. But if you give me
What do you
the
mean not allowed to say it?
exclusive license, I will go nuts and I will spread that bitch because I want to
What?
say it all the time.
It's already trending. Why would you not be allowed to say it?
I didn't know if you're trying to coin a term or if that was like your actual
I
catchphrase.
did
You know what I
coin the
mean?
term. Well,
I know, but I didn't know if you were like giving it to the
technically,
people or if it
hold
was like
on.
decentralized or if it was like your slogan. Like
No,
factual facts by Brad.
well,
Because that's what your show should be
technically,
called.
yeah, but
That's what this show should be called.
technically,
Technically, this show should be renamed Factual Facts.
technically, Jess the Mess spit this phrase out with all honesty and like good intentions on continuing with her story, and I went, "What did you just say?" Like I totally freaked right out, and I'm
What's
like,
happening, Dr. Stricken?
Did you just say factual facts?" And the
Factual
whole
facts.
room like just blew up, and I said, "Can I take that phrase as my own?" And she says, "Yes," and I'm like, "It's a recorded space," and I'm like, "Yes." Nice. And so I took it and now I'm trending it and it's blowing up. I'm like so happy. It started with just the mess, but it is
Factual
mine.
facts.
And she knows, and we've talked about it in other spaces, and she's like, yeah, I know, I gave it to you, and we're all good. So I'm like, perfect, perfect. But I did not come up with it originally. I just loved it so much that I said, this will never die. And boom, it is not gonna die.
I mean, I'm down to keep it alive. Actual facts.
Yeah, yeah, go
I'm just
for
gonna
it.
fucking run into. I'm worried I'm gonna run into the ground.
I should start hashtagging it though.
You know.
Yeah, if you like, how does that work actually?
Hashtag fact. How do hashtags work?
Where they become like uh, an automatic, uh, a pick list as it pops up. Like, if you do hashtag NFT and then you get all these extras, right? NFT community and NFT giveaway and all these kinds of things will just automatically populate in a list, and then you just pick one, right?
Really?
So, you know what I mean?
I mean, I know it's like based on like other words that are like maybe like start with that same thing.
Associated with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want it to, like, if somebody types in factual, I want facts to show up with it.
I mean, honestly, it's just getting it getting it tweeted out enough to get it. You don't even have to get it trending. It just has to be like used enough. Like it's like search engine optimization. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I love getting shit. I love getting hashtags trending. I love doing that shit. Like I used to
Okay.
do that
So
shit on
it's
Vine
just
all
a
the time.
matter of just hashtagging it yourself, and if enough people use it or look for it,
Yeah.
then
The best way to do
it'll
it is
be
like
an
to create a
automated
campaign where like they
pop up.
have to use the hashtag to like see the other hashtags and or see the other
Okay.
entries,
Good, good.
stuff like that.
All right. I'm going to start doing that then. But I'm just saying it's trending in verbally, yeah, amongst me just, spreading the word.
Yeah, no,
And
you grassroots grew that fucking. You coined the term and grew it.
oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
I
And
coined
everybody
fucking
knows.
yeah. I coined influencer, dude. I
Did you
was
really?
spreading that shit. Yeah, that shit. And I was more like the content creator. That was like my baby because I was like, we're content creators. We make shit, But then like that's what I'm saying. Like I was really 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 focused on like because people knew the word content, but I was like content this, content that. So I would. I'll show you a fucking. I'm not gonna put it up now, but I have a stream from 2014 that's really insane because it's like me
And
on the panel with YouTube, and it's like a live stream that's been recorded, and it's like me on the panel with like the heads of YouTube and Google and full screen, all these big networks. And they're just looking at me as I'm like doing what I do on Spaces.
and you, in that particular episode or show, you coined the phrase influencer.
I gotta check. I
Well,
gotta check if I said it then.
okay. So you
Yeah.
think it was prior to that or post
Yeah, it's
that?
like you said. Like I heard someone say it, and then I was like the one who was like, "This is what we call it.
Oh,
This is what we
okay,
call it."
okay.
Like I read an article. Like there's always like
Ah,
someone who coins the term, and then someone like me who reads the article, and then it's like, "This is what we call it from now on."
it's
Like
nice
my thing is
when
like I
you.
worked with micro influencers, and I didn't even know that was a thing, and then they named it later.
Ah,
So
okay,
like,
okay. It's nice
like,
when you can take something from, an author and you make it bigger than the author itself.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
plagiarism's great, isn't it? That's the whole model of TikTok. You just take something from an author and just make it bigger. Like I have, and now Instagram too, because Instagram's a copy. So I have like a lot of my sounds are like blowing up, and then people like use them for animations and stuff. Like I have one that's like I'm like okay, and my friend comes up and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Talking to God." And he's like, "Is he telling you to kill everyone?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "No, that's Satan. Hi, Satan." And he goes, "Hi, boys." And
Uh,
like that shit is blew up on TikTok, but like people are using it for like Moon
all
Knight.
sorts of things.
Like Moon
Yeah.
Knight, they're like using it like they're drawing the characters from Moon Knight, and they're having this conversation, or yeah, like all or different sorts of things.
Nice.
And TikTok at least credits me, but because it blew up on TikTok and then it got to Instagram, now it's like all over Instagram, and I never get credited.
Wow. Sorry,
Fuck that
Marguerite,
sucks.
you had your hand up there for a sec. Marguerite.
What's happening,
Yes,
Streamcatcher?
yes.
What's up,
I
Margaret?
must go. Sorry, Cristiano, for yeah. Continue.
No, well, you had your hand up. What did you
Yeah, I
want to
want to say
say?
what's up. What's up?
Yeah, I hand up because I must go and I want to say goodbye. And I
Okay.
will join in late your spaces if you had them. And I pro my English because Cristiano, you are talking so fast. I can't understand you. But no, this
I
is a
know. I'll slow
compliment
down.
because you talk too cool. Seriously. Yeah, and
Aw,
I mean.
thank you.
Uh, yeah, and yeah, because I'm at left and it's too late, and I might go in one space because my friend is hosting, and I want to say hello, and then I want to go to sleep, and that's all.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
For sure, for sure. Well, thanks for coming in and showing your support. I did see you throw a couple of laughing emojis, so I'm glad we made you laugh today. And hope to see you around soon.
Okay, goodbye, goodbye.
All right, have a good one. And we will catch you in the rap battles. I'm going to be sending you spaces so you can come in and do your thing.
No, of course. Bye bye.
All right, cool. And we got Stream Catcher in the house. What is
What's
Stream
happening,
Catcher?
streams?
Oh, I like the banner. I love the banner.
I got some requests for guests on Friday. If you want to have a guest on Friday on the show.
If I want to have a guest on Friday,
On the show, yeah.
hmm, do I want to have a
Hey, how you
guest
doing, man?
on? Hmm.
What's happening, stream?
Oh, I'm just sitting here working on some mid-journey AI stuff.
Are you sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time by any chance?
I am sitting in a
Making
very
AI.
expensive studio, spending time.
Oh, so you're chilling with G Funk on the flip flop.
If you
Nice,
say so.
nice. I did say so.
So I
So
saw,
what is that? Elaborate on what do you do, stream?
well, I saw your little bio there, and I saw Web3's Walt Disney, and that definitely piqued my interest. So I thought
That's what it's meant to do.
I'd tune in and
He said your
see what
little
kind of Walt
bio.
you are.
Yeah, I'm the Walt that knew well enough to not do the money with the people that ended up killing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you the Club
Like
33 Walt or the other Walt?
no, that's what I mean. I'm the good Walt that didn't do the deal to get the
Uh-huh.
money. That wasn't desperate for the
He,
money.
I
You know
grew
he's
what I
up
like
mean?
I grew up at Disney
Glinda the
World.
Good Witch from the Wizard of Oz.
I
Yeah,
grew up at Disney World, so I'm very, very, very familiar with a lot of the history of it.
exactly. So I'm saying that's why I can speak in code with you about it, and you get it. Like I'm like Walt if he didn't have to bend the knee to certain interests to be to get his dreams accomplished. You know what I mean? Because there was two
He
Walts,
did
right?
screw
There was the
over Up
Buckminster
iWorks
Fuller
though.
Walt.
He
What's
did
that?
screw over Up iWorks though.
Oh yeah. There was the Buckminster Fuller fan in him, you know what I mean, who wanted to be like that, who wanted to be the futurist, and then there was the one who was like, I have to work with corporate interests who are like an oligarchy, you know. So it's and that was I would I hopefully do it in a way that's similar and that's improved upon with the passage of time and the benefit of foresight to be able to be like, okay, can I do this, but I want to build theme parks in the metaverse, and my studio is called Stay Tuned. You see it up there, it's TOONED. So basically Stay Tuned, it was the idea was we want to make cartoons, but I'm repurposing old cartoons that are public domain, for example. We're making a lot of cartoons out of that stuff. We're making cartoons, our own original cartoons, and a ton of our own original cartoons. All my original content from the last 10 years of my career is all being repurposed and reused. So it's that idea too that Walt Disney used to repurpose a lot and use a lot of his old stuff, and a lot of movies are the same movie just drawn over again. And so that economical methodology in which in which he took, where he was everything can be reused. There's no such thing as garbage or waste, you know. And then
Yeah,
that
I
and
hear
building
you.
theme parks in the metaverse, I'm all about that.
Well, it's interesting. It's kind of the approach we're taking to a certain degree. We kind of talk about being the next kind of the Web3 Pixar production
I love
facility,
that.
but
And what
really
does that mean?
on
What
a
does that mean to you guys? Are you guys focused on 3D?
well, what it means to us is, first of all, I'm not a Web3 decentralized anonymous sycophant. I know what the
Yeah.
hell's going on. I've been doing this for 45
Yeah,
years.
exactly.
So, when it comes to what the blockchain and NFTs can do for building communities and doing other things, that is what we're going to do. And we're going to have one foot firmly planted in Web 2 while walking down the paved road of gold to Web 3, which is
Exactly.
incredibly long. So we'll be doing merchandise, special things. I mean, like custom stuff, we'll start with printful things and other stuff like that. But I'm already ordering things from China, and our Project M2, which will launch in about 6 months after we've had a good 4 or 5 months on YouTube live, and the site is launched, which is in a couple of weeks. We'll be launching Project M2, which is about $1 million and a serious amount of time, energy, effort, art,
Nice.
when people see
And
what
what
we've
is the end? Is the project? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when people see what we've put into it, they'll realize that not only can we deliver a world-class project, but it's worth it to buy in, and it'll get us about $6 million to start the production studio properly. And I've got a background where I'm hooked up with people who, are major industry people. My background, just to let you know, I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I've been in this 40
No,
years,
please
and
give us your background.
I was involved in the SIGGRAPH, National SIGGRAPH organization. I co-founded the most popular venue there, the Studio, which started out as the Guerrilla Gallery. I ran the 3D Design magazine for
Nice.
6 years and did the conference for
Oh
4 years.
wow.
Ran San Francisco SIGGRAPH chapter for 5 years. So I've been around the block.
Wow, man. So you're an OG motion graphics guy.
We were developing
I
communities before the internet.
Wow, man. Well, thank you for all your work. We're standing on the shoulders of your giantness.
Well, I wouldn't go that far,
You know?
but
No, but it's important to recognize like you definitely made a contribution to enact a sea change in the community that I am happy that you did, because it allowed me to grow up and have an ability to do that for a living. I'm like a motion graphics artist for a living, and like always have been. And for that to even be a thing, so thank you.
Well, I mean, I
You know what I
appreciate
mean?
that. We pushed the tools, and we pushed the people. I mean, I consulted with Silicon Graphics and Intergraph and IBM and Apple and all these companies. I helped do the graphics subsystem on the G5 Quicksilver Max. I mean, and the entire
Dope.
the entire time I was there, I had long hair down to my ass. I wouldn't wear a suit, and I pissed off a lot of people, but I told the truth.
Yeah, like OG Silicon Valley.
OG,
Like what they try to replicate now, and like it's not, because it's like corporatized for the last like 20
Well,
years.
the problem with any big corporation is you get a bunch of people who get assigned to something that they have no idea what the hell they're doing. So when
Yeah,
when somebody
and no
comes in and
interest.
actually knows what they're doing, that in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Well said. Well said. Because I feel like the one-eyed man in Twitter Spaces sometimes, and like the same way, like I'm standing on the giant, like the shoulders of giants, with all the stuff that people have come before me have done in the film community, in the motion graphics community, music community, anywhere. Like this Spaces world, like I've come in and just basically been like, hey everyone, like I'm an OG. I've been doing this stuff since like content creation since like 2010, and like monetizing it and like bringing big brands to, like I've been doing branding content, and like that's my thing, is I innovate in that world as well. So in the terms of like being Web3's Walt Disney, like I like to focus on, I understand the intersection of art and commerce, right? And Brad, that's the snippet I was going to send you. It's me
Well, to
going
me,
off
to me,
about that
to
in
me,
2014.
they're the same word. I
Yeah,
mean, you can appreciate art. You can sit down and
that's
appreciate a
exactly what
piece
I
of
said.
just
Brilliant.
sake, but art and commerce. A sneaker design is just as important to me as a logo design, as a painting, as anything else. Art is
Exactly.
all around us. Art exists all around us, and it's being created via digital twins in multiple metaverses as we go along, which means artists are going to get paid bank.
Exactly. Like art is always going to, I said what I said in my panel back in 2014. I was like, art will always find a way to be co-opted by commerce, right? And that's going to happen, since even if you could, paint, someone will eventually commission you, right? There's always going to be a way, and eventually that has to happen if you're going to keep painting. Otherwise, you're going to starve to death, right? If that's all you do all day is paint, right? You better hope that art finds a way to be co-opted by commerce, right? So it's like, I spent most of my time in panels in 2014, just like in 2013 and 2014, teaching people and teaching artists and teaching the community that it was okay to pay artists, and that artists could even think that of doing this, because there was no short form video. We were the only ones doing it on Vine, and like so it was like that. It was just convincing people that there was even a thing called video creation, like you know what I mean, like short form video creation, that you could get paid for that, and that was actually more engaging, you know, than like a commercial, or more engaging than like a long, YouTube video. And so that was my sea change. So it's cool for me when I meet people sometimes in Spaces too, who like recognize me the same way I recognize you, as being like, hey, you're my progenitor. You came before me and you're still here doing it. So any advice you have to give, like we don't just give advice, we get advice on the show. Any advice you want to give, please. And also open invitation to come back and like talk on the stream anytime and give expert advice, because that's who I want on this show, is like seasoned veterans of the industry. So it's like you have way more advice in your pinky toe than you could give than most people who have never done it and are just charlatans,
Well, I'm humbled and honored, but I try and take it with a grain of salt. It's just, I've been literally doing this stuff since I was 7 years old when my dad brought home the first Trash 80 Model 1 from Radio Shack. I mean, this is when, that coincided almost exactly with the release of Star Wars. So, do the math,
Wow. Yeah, that was probably a cool
and
summer for you. You were like, I'm
yeah,
living in the future.
yeah. So, I mean, to me, it's the whole thing is fascinating, and a lot of deja vu, a lot of the same enthusiasm and same craziness that was in the .com days that I experienced. I mean, it was crazy, and it's spread out from all the centralized locations to the rest of the world. And so I have my own take on Web3, on where it's going, on what's going to happen to it. I truly believe there's going to be another crash like there was in the dot bomb,
Oh
and
yeah,
they're
everything's in
going to buy
cycles,
everything
right?
for pennies on the dollar. Well, they're waiting until enough infrastructure has been built,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but see, if you know that, you can survive and get on the other side of it.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
our
that's
and
why
ultimate
I'm
if you're
goal,
in
giving the.
the if
Brad
you're
and
in
I
the
are
right
builders.
metaverse, then you
Yeah.
can avoid
yeah,
it
our
altogether.
ultimate goal is a metaverse too, but it's for creators. It's specific. It's like I
Oh,
can't say it what it is,
perfect,
but it's
perfect.
it's specific to creators.
Nice. So, Stream, if you could follow me for a second, and I will DM you the best metaverse on the planet, pardon the pun, because it is on the planet. And then you can unfollow me, and I would highly recommend that you do, because I get some crazies every once in a while. So, that's what happens when you're this big, they call you Mister, right? So, that's that. Yeah.
Well, you probably guaranteed I'll stay following you for a while.
I'm sure you'll leave later. You'll see what happens. But I appreciate it, all the same.
Brad's gonna find a way to burn all his fans. He's like, I have big plans for this account.
Yeah, I
Don't
have
worry.
big plans. I have big plans. No, my
I'm gonna burn it
followers
all
are
to the ground.
special, and they are loved all the same. And man, like when I was attacked on social media, they all came out and said what's what, and really showed their support, and I was like shocked, because you just
Yeah,
got
Brad and I
people.
both have
I
1,000
I dare
true
somebody to
fans.
attack me on social media. I
Yeah,
dare them.
I can
Right?
say that comfortably
Fuck
now.
them.
You can say,
I
"Come
have
at
no
me,
Comfortably
bro,"
I
because you
now,
have like a
no.
whole squad. Yeah.
I have absolutely no qualms whatsoever about being disliked. No worries whatsoever. Doesn't
Oh,
bother me a bit.
It
it
bothers
wasn't.
the
It
shit
was.
out of me, but I need like an army of people that like have my back. So like what Brad's talking about, like I made like 1,000 like true friends in the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Where like
you're
they will
welcome.
come to
You're
bat
welcome.
for me. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah,
I
you're
met Brad and I was like, "Can you help me make friends?"
welcome. Yeah, right. He made me
I was
laugh
all
so
snot nosed. I
freaking
was like,
hard. I was just
"Man,
like,
can you
dude,
help me?" Like snot nosed little autistic kid over here. I was like, "Can you help me
yeah,
make friends? I have cartoons I want to show to my friends. Will you help me make friends so I can show them the cartoons that I've been spending 3 years and 5 years making, please?"
yeah. It
That's
was
fine.
more like
That's
you're
fine.
freaking hilarious. Come to this space and be funny with me, please. That's what it was, more or less.
Brad's like he's like doing. You can't see what I'm doing because I gotta realize it's a radio show. But Brad's like vamp for time. He's like stretch. He's stretching his hands. Stretch for time. I got stuff to do. I
Yeah,
got a kid. I got things to do.
yeah. Help me out here.
You're so funny.
That's funny.
Hey, have you ever heard of that Mid-Journey AI thing?
Mid
Mid-journey
journey,
AI thing. I have not.
Yeah.
like hacking into the
Oh,
mainframe now.
no, it's just AI art. Are you familiar with AI art at all?
Yes,
I love
actually,
it.
I was talking about that the other day where you can hook up,
Oh
I don't know what
wow.
it is, but you hook up AI to it, you play your music, and the AI will create the artwork from your music. Have you seen that?
What? That's a new album cover.
I Man, it's insane.
That's an album cover.
I've seen two of this happen so far, like two different people using it. And again, both times, like I'm following the accounts, and now I can't remember which freaking accounts they were.
Oh, Mid Journey is insane. I've seen
Uh,
this. So it applies an artistic style to any like image you give it. Like
No, no,
someone
no. This is text-based GAN style generation, and
really.
it's insane. The neural models or something it's using is just. I'm doing this whole series right now. I'm calling it Sponge Boy Nightmare Pants, and it's all like it's all this crazy claymation rendered to look like Octane Cinema 4D renders of these
Awesome.
crazy alien nightmare SpongeBob characters, like the whole cast.
nice.
Awesome. And you did it in
They're
Cinema,
friggin'
Cinema
sick
4D,
looking.
but made it look clay.
No, I mean I do Cinema 4D, but this is all just this is all right now the Mid-Journey AI, and then what I'm going to do is I don't want to ever really issue too many pieces that are just pure AI, so I take them in and Photoshop hack them to death and do all kinds of crazy shit to them. So by the time they're done, I mean, it's so funny. Like I was looking at the Mid-Journey terms of service, and they're like, if you make more than $20,000 a month with your art from here, you owe us money. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, go ahead and try and get that money out of somebody.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the so I made a have you heard of Adobe Character Animator?
Oh yeah.
So I found a cool like workaround with that where I basically shot photos. I built a claymation figure, right? And a clay model, and then shot photos of all the composite parts, all the mouthpieces, everything like that, right? And then assembled it all in Photoshop in a Photoshop layer, and made like a literally a live puppetable with the webcam and the they have the body tracking now, right?
And
Claymation character. So like literally, I can just spit out claymation pieces, and people are like, "How long did it take you to do?" And I'm like, "Oh, it was 2 minutes." But it looks like it's like claymation, like it looks straight up like
so you don't have to
claymation.
take like a million pictures.
No, I don't think I took like the original pictures for the fucking character, and I'm done. And I have all
It's
the
so funny.
360.
My
Yeah, I have the
daughter just
360
showed
head
me.
turns.
My
Oh,
daughter
that's
just showed me a
ridiculous.
piece on YouTube. I don't know who did it, but it was like this. It looked like
The
stop motion, but
brontosaurus.
no, it was like a zombie attack, but it was all like really everything was really tiny, but it was all like a city, and the thing that gave it away that I knew it was 3D was that all the zombies at first they started out and there were only a few, and then they became like this army of zombies, and you could tell it was character particle animation, it was particle
Yeah,
copying, but it looked
so cool.
so much like stop motion, and the whole thing looked like a little miniature set that you were looking on. And I mean, it went all over the place through the city and ambulances and things blowing up in the White House. I mean, it
What?
was freaking
Dude.
cool. I got to get
My
her to send me the link.
my daughter made one with Legos, but she literally took, the hundreds of pictures to make it, one movie. I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna post that out actually because it's freaking hilarious, and it's her first time and that she did that. I believe she was 11 years old. So, anyways, I'm gonna go find that and post it out.
That's badass. So tell me more about your what's your name, by the way? I've been calling you
I'm
stream.
Chris.
Chris, nice to meet you. Cristiano.
You can call me Stream. Everybody calls me Stream in the channels.
Oh,
I kind
perfect.
of semi co-host a channel, so that's fine.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about. So is the name of the animation studio Streamcatchers?
Well, no, we've got multiple properties that when you buy our membership, you're going to be a part of so that you can kind of pick and choose. One of the things that I've learned over working with artists for over 40 years is that they're kind of all different. So
Yeah.
you kind of need a buffet style to give them so that they can pick and choose what it is they want. So anything from products and services to support services to extra design services to being involved in projects and learning and earning those kinds of things, but you have to give them choices. So we've got about 3 different brands that we're going to be focusing on. Streamcatcher Society is the core. That's the core membership where you are part of this society. And then we'll have a couple other properties that we'll be announcing that one will not take on, but one will be a free replacement for Linktree by invite only. And another one will be for our project, and the project name is just amazing. And I think everybody when we launch it, we'll have national news coverage. I think on it. I
Very
hope.
cool.
Yeah,
And
I have enough experience in issuing press releases to try and make that happen anyway.
sure, of course. And who is your target audience?
Makers, anybody that makes anything from epoxy river wood tables all the way to NFTs, 3D, you name it. Rapid prototypers, people who make shit. My first slide in the pitch deck is 95% consume, 5% create. I'm going after that 5%, and I'm going after the 1% of those who want more.
Very cool. So it's kind of like a B2B type thing, if you will. But I say like I work with this company called Music Patch, right? And they're kind of a label services company, so they provide all the services a label would without you paying or you signing a marketing, signing an exclusive contract, right? And
Kind
so
of like
like
a future Web3 gallery,
very
but
cool.
with expanded services and a focus on incubating projects and making profitable properties ourselves
Very
through our
cool.
membership.
Yeah, because like we say that we're going to be working with 7,000 CEOs by doing that, because we're like every person owns their own label,
Yeah,
and we're going to
not
help
that.
every
No,
artist
no, no,
start
no,
their own
no.
label. Like, but like you're going to be working because each artist kind of owns their own company. It's like they don't have to like lose their sovereignty, right? They can still work with you and still have their own brand and have their own,
Yes,
and
that
you're
they
going to
can
be
have
putting
a,
them
but
on.
it's not going to be like a DAO where everything is an open vote. We're not communists.
Oh,
You
no,
know,
no, no.
we're,
I mean, no,
you
I mean
know,
like in the sense that they're in their terms of their branding. It's not like you guys gobble them up. It's like you're
not at
featuring
all.
other artists and they can, help grow their brands through you, right?
No, but for example, like if they wanted a service that would help them expand their artwork into more merch, and they just don't have the time or can't handle it, don't want to do the website, all the extra design, blah blah blah. We charge a certain percentage and do that, but based on your membership, it might be free, it might be low cost, whatever. Because we're going to have 4 tiers of membership, and they're not cheap. These are going to be. I mean,
Yeah.
when you see these, they're physical and digital NFTs, and they really actually have real world value. And compared to what crypto
Cool.
is doing, they have more value than crypto right now. So
That's
when we
cool.
put these out, people will understand, okay, not only did a lot of artistic, creative thought, time and energy, technology, we're getting a patent on this, um, you know, but this husband and wife team with 3, 4 other employees dumped almost $1 million of their own capital into this in a very unique way, and
Yeah.
so what we're hoping to do is just knock people's socks off to the point where there are no questions like, really, you know, but I don't want anybody going, well, come on, that doesn't seem like it's going to work, you know?
That's really cool, and that really shows, and that helps a lot because like we have the same kind of mentality. We build first, and then we launch it. Because you see so many people in this Web3 space being like, "Give me your money," and I've never built a game before. I've never built this before, and they just want your money. And
Half
it's
the
just
time
like,
in this space,
yeah,
I feel like I'm in a nursery with a bunch of 10-year-olds, and they're
straight
talking
up.
about
That's how I
trading
feel,
whoopsie
and I'm not
doopsies and
that
all this
old.
other shit. And I'm like, what are you people talking about? Do you want to build a business and make more money, or do you just want to play around trading JPEGs,
We're,
you
we're
know?
trading we're trading pogs again.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're making money on it and doing your day trading thing and that's your job and you're making a profit, hey, more power to you. But you got to make that your full-time job, and that would bore me to tears.
Yeah, but we kind of are trading pogs. Remember pogs, the little circles.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, we're
Well,
back
look,
in
crypto
pogs.
crypto was around a long time before the blockchain. We had all kinds of stuff back in the 90s and in Web 2.0 that tried to get off the ground, but it couldn't, of course, because it didn't have the blockchain. But like beans and other stuff, I mean, everything old is new again.
Yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. That's how it feels like. This feel like I had a big following on Vine because I got there early and I just did what I'm doing now. I just connected all these people together, and then I was just featured in everyone's thing because I was just like the meeting place. I created like an Andy Warhol's factory and let everyone come and hang. So like that was how I kind of connected myself and became like the connective tissue in that space. But like that's what I'm trying to do right now here too, because like I'm just handling the arbitrage and handling like the connecting of everyone because like that's how me and Brad met. Because Brad's like a super connector as well, and so there's going to be super certain people, and you're going to meet them really fast if you're also a connector, who are going to talk to everyone and be like, hey, you need to meet this person, and you do this, they do this, and like you're an animator, well, they're looking for animators, and you're an illustrator, they're looking for. Um, so yeah, just trying to be that as many times a day as possible for as many people as possible, because like the world needs that
Cool.
connective. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're gonna, we have no preconceived. Look, I've got a great track record, but it's 20 years old. I burned out. I had stopped drinking. 15 years of dry. I'm the stable
Hey,
Nice.
person that you want
good
running your
man.
company.
Good man.
Yeah.
I am the stable person that you want running your company. However, I don't expect people to just fall at my knees and go, "Oh, Chris, you're so great." So I'm going to
Yeah.
get on, YouTube, and we're going to show our ass off live, and we're going to say, "This is who we are." And if you like us, great. And if you don't, move on.
That's great. That's how it has to happen too, you know. Because like I mean, it doesn't have to happen that way. A lot of people are going to do it the cheap way, and the fast and easy way. But like the fact that you're doing it like that,
Uh,
just I don't know.
I just had to go and delete that other tweet then. Because stream, I was all like, "You're freaking awesome!" Blah, blah, blah. So I just want to delete that. So we're still good. We're still good.
It's a close call, man. Good.
Let's go. Thanks for warning me on that. Yeah.
I'm still trying to post this link, but I can't seem to get it to post. So I guess I'll post it just like this, and I'll pin it.
Yeah. Well, you're
Oh,
gonna
it worked.
bury mine.
Oh, did you pin something?
Now you're.
Mine's cool.
Yeah, yours is
Mine's cooler.
cooler. I don't know. You think you can beat an 11-year-old's first
I'll
animation?
repost yours too. Mine looks like it was animated by an 11-year-old. What's happening, Smiley? So up in the jumbotron, we have the teaser
Nice,
for Frankie the Snowman, one of
nice.
my shows, and you'll love it, Brad, because it's all Guido. Hey,
Oh
oh, wait.
snap!
Yeah, it's Frankie the Snowman.
Hey,
Hey,
oh wait.
Frankie. Yeah, he goes, Frankie the
No, he's
Snowman.
got a
He was an
cigar.
old school type of guy. Yeah, he's got a cigar.
Oh my god.
He's got two eyes made out of super sod. He's got a tomato nose and a
Oh,
cigar.
Smiley. Smiley dude was giving his waves
I
out
said hi to
even
Is
Smiley.
that
now.
you?
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that you on the video?
Who?
No, that's my buddy G fella. So he basically wrote this song, Frankie the Snowman,
Oh,
and then he
okay.
calls me and he's like, "Hey, will you do a video? Like, will you help put me on the shelf? Like, because I'm his video dude, right?"
Okay.
And he goes, "Will you put me? I want to do Elf on the Shelf and just me rapping this song, Frankie the Snowman." And so I go, "I'll do you one better. I'll create an entire animated series around this character, Frankie the Snowman, and like make this claymation character." And so like I did this character, and I got it done like 2 years ago for Christmas. But I got it done like 2 days after Christmas. You know what I mean? Like I needed to like stop working. I was like going against Christmas at the deadline and never do that. It's the worst thing to do. You know, never like work against Christmas. That's like any expert advice for anyone. It's the worst thing. You hate yourself for doing it. Everyone's mad at you. It's just like don't do it. Like clear yourself some space around the holidays, right? So I was just like, screw it. We're not going to launch it this year. It's not enough time. So I postponed it for a year and then made it even better. So now it came out and it looks great. And it's all claymation, but it's like it's not stop motion. You know what I mean? Like it's claymation but puppeteered and then tweaked and animated.
That's
Um,
cool.
yeah, and it's an interesting way to do it. And as you can tell, I used him. You know, I used the character as much as possible. You know, like where the shoot called for it. You know, but it was like putting him in every shot was just going to be like a little bit more time consuming. So but yeah, it's a teaser for his show. His show is going to be him. He's a snowman. That's basically Frankie Vale. That was one of Al Capone's like buddies who ends up getting killed by Al Capone, and then he dies. And the fedora, he haunts the fedora that he dies in. And then the kids one day put the fedora on the snowman, and Frankie Vale, this notorious gangster, inhabits the body of the snowman, like Jack Frost, and now is like like his mobster. He's like, "Hey, get out of here, you little bastards!" Like to the kids,
Uh,
and like he's like telling stories, but he tells like Christmas tales, but like in like an Italian, Guido kind of way. So he's like, let me tell you the story of Rudolph, okay? You know what I mean? Like, Rudolph didn't want to be like made to be look like a little bit, so he left Santa a little message, and it's like like
I break
Blitzen's
both of
head.
your legs.
No, Blitzen's head in his bed. Like he cuts off
Oh
Blitzen's
my
head, like
god.
the horse head in The Godfather.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
that, and it's like,
Oh.
oh my God, Blitzen, no. So it's like that kind of thing where it's like an homage to my favorite mob movies and stuff like that. But like,
Why Blitzen? Why not like Prancer?
that's a hate crime. That's a hate crime, Brad.
Oh shit.
Blitzen had it coming.
That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, so basically it's like that kind of thing. It's like adult nursery rhymes, or like more of like an adult, like the claymation, the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like that, but for adults. I feel like there's like a market there. You know what I mean? And just like that's why my thing says the Web3 is Walt Disney, because I just like to I only make cartoons where I feel like there's a market. I do marketing first, and a lot of people don't, and they forget to do that. And it's like marketing you do first, because then you don't spend any money. You don't want to like spend money and then try to find product market fit. Like like do as much marketing as possible and see if there is a market even for your product, and then worry about trying to fit, trying to find product market fit, because a lot of people don't even do that, and they go, oh, we'll do the marketing after, and it's like, no, that's advertising. Advertising is what you do after. So when did you do the marketing? Before? You didn't do it. You forgot to do the marketing, didn't you? And people, I run a marketing company. It's like people hire me, and I'm like, you wouldn't believe how far along they are in the process sometimes. And I'm like, you can't even tell me who your customer is, you know?
I ran an ad agency for 20 years. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. You're like, who's your customer? Like, I don't know. Figure that out. Like,
But they make
no.
fun of the greatest blooper reel like on Shark Tank and stuff. What's your
I know.
evaluation?
Yeah, but these
Uh,
are like Fortune 500 companies, Brad.
oh yeah.
I'm talking about Fortune 500 companies here, like that are like do not know or
Yeah.
care because they have all the money in the world, so they're like no need to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trust me. I know like even
they don't gotta
the
find it
biggest
like
of
fast
names
like
that
a
make
small
the like
business.
That's
rookiest
what
mistakes.
That's what happened to the CMP 3D group at CMP Media, one of the biggest media companies in the world. They blew through about $200 million from about 1998 to 2000 trying to figure out the internet when they had people inside their organization who were screaming
Good
to
Lord.
tell them what to do. And they wouldn't listen. They hired outside idiots who blew all their money, screwed their internet plans up totally.
Yep.
I mean, our internet launches were terrible. And it was all because of these external companies. And they shut down the 3D group and a number of other magazines. They kept Game Developer and a couple other things in that space and moved on. And, I want that community back. And SIGGRAPH has kind of gone to shit too. So, I'm like, well, if I can do some IRL stuff, eventually we're going to do that. But build this community, build it for real, build it online, build it and I'm not building it on no friggin' Discord either. It's going to be built in a real community building program package like Mighty Networks or something else that hopefully they're developing Web3 hooks into.
I
But,
love this guy. I love everything you're
yeah.
saying.
Man,
Continue.
yeah. Wait till you
Well, I
see the
mean,
link that I
analytics.
sent you.
Hello,
Wait till you see the
analytics.
link I sent you. You're gonna like lose your mind because it's the answer to all your problems.
Did you just find the Discord killer?
Oh yeah, it's called O
O
V.
R.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Isn't it called OVER? Or is that
Shut up.
the AR one?
Shut up. Shut up.
Um,
No, they had a name change. It was
oh, did they?
OVR. Now but it was always over the reality, except for whatever reason they did a name change, and yeah, now it's over.
I like over.
Yeah, kind of.
It says what it does. It's good.
Well,
So
the
one word. I
reason,
mean, fucking
yeah,
four-letter brand, bro.
the reason for it though is they took one NFT and they pasted it over planet Earth and then fractionalized it into 1.6 trillion hexagon
Brilliant.
parcels of virtual reality land, right? And each
That's how Helium does
hexagon,
their network.
yeah, well, there you go. And
That's who does the work?
who?
Helium.
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 I don't
The
know.
HNT token, they're you buy I have 10 of them. You buy miners and you mine helium
Oh,
tokens.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
IoT.
okay.
It's IoT based stuff. It tracks
Very
IoT
cool.
based tags through radio waves. And everything, the whole Earth is split into hexagons.
That's pretty cool. And so it's doing like near field communicate. Like it's doing it when you walk around, kind of thing.
No, it's hooked up to your internet at home and it's got a
Okay.
radio antenna. So you make more money, of course, when you've got other nodes around you. So if you're just kind of sitting there broadcasting by yourself, you're not going to make anything. But if you're in a city and you're overrun with them, which a lot of people are, then you're not making hardly anything. So it's a balance.
Very cool. Yeah, Brad, the funny thing is I had an app. I do a lot of app development as well, and I had an app in development like years ago to do what Spaces is now. It was called Pirate, and it was going to be like pirate radio stations. That's essentially what we're doing. You know what I mean? And it was going to have this like call-in
Absolutely.
functionality. Yeah. Twitter's apparently had this feature since they bought Periscope. They bought this functionality from Periscope. That's how old this is.
Yeah, but not everybody got access to it. Like I didn't get access to these spaces until I think it was like maybe 6 months ago-ish now.
Yeah, no, I just
I
got
still
access to
can't.
Spaces.
I still can't run a space. I can run a space on my wife's Stream Queens account, but I can't run a space on mine for some reason.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
That's strange.
Yeah. I think I don't know that's not a qualification.
Well, I'm
Maybe
saying, Brad,
it's a
this
certain amount
Hey,
of
do you
following
guys have
or
hey,
followers.
do you guys have iPhones?
Yes, I'm an
Have you
XR,
noticed? Have
iPhone
you
XR.
noticed that even without an update on Twitter, on the Twitter app, that sometimes the interface will change and you'll get a Spaces icon down at the bottom and then it'll disappear?
Yes, however, not on my XR, but on my iPhone 6 that changes.
Well, this is on my 13 Pro Max and it does it like
Whoa.
every other week.
What? Really?
Mine, I bought Twitter Blue, so now it's like custom. So it's like does whatever I tell it to do, but like it was being weird before. But my spaces on top disappear. So like I can only see like the live spaces on top like 20% of the time now. It's really shitty.
Oh.
So like Twitter, if you guys are listening, please fix my account because that's really messed up. And I'm like your biggest fan of spaces, and I should be able to see them. Like because when I go into the spaces tab, it's not literate. It's just not laid out properly.
I got Twitter iridescent.
Yeah. Well, because I know they listen to my spaces.
Twitter
Like
Blue.
so, guys, I'm gonna I'm going to give you a quick tissue. This is what we call a tissue session in the advertising world. Okay, this is I'm going to tear your product apart really quick, Spacers, if you're listening to me. But it's a good thing. You're going to be stronger. All right, ready? Deep breath in. Here we go. When you go to the Spaces tab, bring the font size of the titles down like 40%, like a lot, significantly. Like, big enough we can still see it, keep it bolded, but it doesn't need to be that big. That will reduce the size of the entire thing. We should fit maybe 3 or 4 cards on a screen.
Hey, I'm
not
almost
one card.
53. I don't want that text smaller.
That's fine. You can make the text like just as big and still find a way to fit that card on the screen. Move the listening. You don't need, for example, they're putting they put the speaker's bio really, really large, on there, and it just ends up being confusing and and silly. So like maybe compress some of that information. Find a way to like skinny it down, because we should have like 2 or 3 cards per, and then maybe like show the categories, because what's the point of us putting categories in if you're not going to show the categories, right? That makes sense. Okay, so end of tissue session. Let's work on that.
No, it shows the categories. It says NFTs, digital creators, and marketing.
When you're doing what? When you're scrolling down? Oh, there we go. On some of them. So I guess those people didn't use categories. There we go. Okay, never mind about the categories thing.
Cristiano,
you are used people.
What's your MoGraph arsenal consist of?
In terms of what? Like my
apps.
softwares? I use Cinema 4D. I sculpt in Nomad, and then I just got, because Cinema 4D bought Z-Sculpt, I just woke up one morning and had access to fucking Z-Sculpt, so I'm a happy boy. And then I use After Effects. I do some stuff in Blender. I've used what's it called, Stager, whatever that Adobe one is called. But I just learned
Substance.
Substance.
The Substance suite, Stager Designer,
And then I just learned about what is it called, Mozilla Hubs, which is apparently like a really fast way to stage stuff and just kind of get it on its feet. So I might dive into that too. But I'm just searching for like the most user friendly tool. So when I get my Oculus in a few weeks, I'm going to get the 3D sculpting tool in there, so I can like kind of like walk around it and get into it, because I'm a sculptor, naturally.
Yeah,
too, so.
here's what you needed to do. Play with Gravity Sketch if you want, but skip over it.
That's what it's called, right? Gravity Sketch.
Go straight to Adobe Medium. Holy freaking shit, that program is
amazing. On VR.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's literally like taking digital clay and just molding.
Really?
It's really cool.
I'm so excited about that.
But the thing is, I can only last 45 minutes or so in my Oculus before I have to quit.
Your eyes, yeah.
Nausea.
I feel you. Oh, nausea. Yeah, I kind of have to take a break when I'm in there after a little bit, but that's good. That'll force me to take a break from work. I can't work too long, I mean, ideally, like I want to move all this, all the fans and audience from Spaces into, like a VR space, like we're talking about over, or like, or OVR, if you will, or spatial, or any of these spaces, and then just have the VR headset with the Rococo suit, the Rococo suit that's like a few grand, but it's like accelerometers all over your body in a skin tight morph suit.
Like the Ready Player One.
Well, it's not haptic feedback, but those do exist. But it's not haptic feedback, but it's got covered in accelerometers, so basically you can motion capture without the use of a camera.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like in terms of performing, like on stage, like it changes the level of nuance to your character, because suddenly your character's articulated.
Wow. Will it get rid of like green screen and stuff?
You don't need a green screen, because I mean, well, it's like what James Cameron's,
because you're in virtual.
Obsolete.
Yeah, you're in virtual. You're doing mocap in real time.
It's what James Cameron was like using. Like he was using that because that was the better technology now, instead of like the ping pong balls. Because ping pong balls require like point of reference, where those things don't. It's just like everything's in the
he was doing that with Avatar. He was doing that with Avatar and tablets with virtual cameras way back
crazy.
when.
I have 2 friends who shot Avatar 2 through 4, and the fucking stories they told me being on set. I was like, I have never been more jealous ever in my life. I was like, so you guys went to Pandora and you had the headsets on and you were just looking through your cameras. You were just like in fucking Pandora. They're like, yeah, we've like been to Pandora. I was like, you went on a location shoot in Pandora for like 3 years. Like that's nuts. Like I was geeking out so fucking hard. But it's cool because what James Cameron does is he's always paving the way for us.
I can sneak us in. I can sneak us in.
Can you sneak me into Pandora, please? I mean, Disney literally bought the entire studio just to keep those movies going.
I allegedly snuck into the United Nations building.
That's amazing.
Just saying. Yeah.
Someone I know like slept in the White House overnight. I think it was Jake Paul. He like slept in the White House in the bathroom.
I was at Digital Domain in Venice Beach in '99 when they won the Academy Award for Titanic. That was a fun party.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Well, the funny thing is, James Cameron, he's one of my idols because like his long game and his long vision is just incredible. Because like the I don't know if you guys have heard the story, but for any listeners, I'll tell you guys the story. Anyone listening to the playback as well. So basically, James Cameron was like known like in the industry as kind of like a doofus for giving up his money on Titanic, because Titanic went on to be like the biggest financial success in history at the time, and he had given up his director fee. And everyone was like, why? Well, I don't understand. And so basically the idea was he had the script for Avatar first. He wanted to make Avatar first. And he came to them and he came to Fox and he was like, I want to make Avatar. And they were like, no. And he was like, well, what if I make it like exactly like Dances with Wolves? And they're still like, no. And he's like, okay, well, like, just kept like trying to like change it and help and get it made. And they were like, no. And he was like, okay, well, like, they were like, we want you to do this boat movie. And he's like, I don't want to do the fucking boat movie. And so they were like, all right, will you do this boat movie for us? And he was like, and then I get to do Titanic or like, Avatar. And they're like, no. And he's like, all right, what about if I give you my directorial, fee? What if I give you like my back end, my director's back end? And they're like, okay, if you give us your director's back end and this makes a certain amount of money, like we'll do Avatar. So they gave him Avatar eventually. And then it took him like 5 years to make the technology to even make it. Right. And so like the whole thing, like I tell people, like Avatar 1 was just a test film. Like Avatar 2 through 4 is like the actual movie. You know what I mean? Like that was just like a test film.
Don't ruin it.
What? I don't know.
Yeah, I have some friends who work on it too. I worked on it and original Avatar too.
And that was the thing where like those guys crawled so that this 2 through 4 could run. Because like plus like the gap of time, the technology developed and advanced so much that like we said they're able to do it with accelerometers now, and like just everything is so much faster. Like it's being rendered real time now. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Do you know? Are you familiar with a guy named Chris Landreth?
Chris Landreth, no.
Landreth, he won an Academy Award for short film Bingo the first ever article on Maya was written by me. And it was written about the first version and what they were premiering for the first version at SIGGRAPH, which was a film called Bingo. If you look it up, Bingo, on YouTube, Chris Landreth Bingo, you'll find it. And it's a very disturbing piece, but it's so amazingly cool because it's about if you tell somebody something long enough and loud enough, they'll tend to believe you over time. And it really resonated with me. But anyway, Chris and I have been friends for like 25 plus years. Well, he has his own company and he's had it for a couple of years now with a few other guys I know from SIGGRAPH, and they're doing facial animation in every language on earth, systems for Maya that are just mind blowing. I mean, beyond cool.
Wow. I mean, Maya's always been like this, like supermodel that I couldn't date. You know what I mean?
Well, Maya is the pipe in most of the major studios because 1, the support, 2, the customization they get from Autodesk, 3, the custom plugins they've developed over many, many, many years. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but South Park originally started out by being developed in Maya. It started out as Alias Wavefront, actually. It started out as Alias Wavefront, which became Maya. But yeah, I mean, South Park was all 3D in like
because they were using the nodes to stack it.
Yeah, it was all high-end SGI computers at the time. Decent. Yeah, I mean, it was like serious freaking overkill, but yeah, that's what they did. So, but yeah, the history of CG is amazing, and that's one of the things I want to teach too. Is if you know about where things came from, it helps you understand file formats and layers and translations and all kinds of other things that you're going to need to know. And I don't like the whole idea of locking people out of file systems and stuff like with iPads and iOS and all that crap. First thing I show you is how to set up your Mac or Windows machine to not be stupid.
Yeah, like set it up so you can actually access your files. And yeah.
Yeah, show file extensions, you know, that kind of
Dude,
thing.
yes. Or even like show hidden files. It's like, why is that a thing? Like they added that a few years ago. It's like,
Well,
took
because a
half
lot
your
of
files
retards
away.
go
You
in
can't
and
get
go,
to your
those look
utilities.
stupid. I don't need those. Delete.
People were deleting their whole utilities folder. Like, I don't
Oh,
need
hell
this.
yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's like, you very much do. It's like, I'm just going to run this thing blind. I don't need activity monitor. I'll never have to close anything again. I'll just delete that.
Every time I think of most people in computers, I think of Scotty in that Star Trek film where he's like, picks up the mouse and goes, computer, hello, computer.
Hello. I don't have the power. We got Ruben wants to speak. Let me just add him. Hold on one second. What's up? I think we might have some. Let me see. I don't want to jinx it, but what's happening, guys? Ruben, Evan,
What's going on?
What's going on, dude?
how we doing, boys?
You okay, bro?
How's your day? How's your day going?
Good. What about you, bro?
It's going good, man. Going good. We're having a good show. We're talking about motion graphics and 3D and animation and all that cool stuff.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
pretty lit.
What are you guys up to? You have a project or anything? Anything you need advice on?
Yeah. Hello.
Was that a yet?
Shoot, man, go for it.
Or was that a yes?
So
I feel like that guy just fell into the train tracks.
I got to follow him.
Yeah, that was my favorite song. It's just.
You can get it on the iTunes.
Yeah.
You got it on iTunes. I'm gonna
Or
remove him so it doesn't do that again.
no,
Oops,
no.
I
I
accidentally
put
booted
him.
him
I
from the
put him as
space.
a listener already.
I accidentally booted him from the space.
There's a number of those freaks running around doing that in spaces, doing different things, you know, crazy noises and all kinds of stuff. So you just got to deal.
Marie here is writing a book
I didn't.
on how to troll for dummies.
I didn't want to jinx
Somebody's
it.
working hard.
It just sounds like you're looking for dummies, and this is different. Sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm back. I was getting a little bit carpeted.
Actually, it might be me. I might be screwing up the room.
No, it was me. I was at one bar, and my Wi-Fi was off. I don't know why. I'm sitting inside. So I would love to hear more. So how many team? Like, how big is your team right now, Stream Catcher? Like, how many animators
Well,
and
actually, it's
illustrators?
funny. We just hired another guy today. So that makes what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But mostly, you know, it's mostly me. I mean, when I say it's mostly me, we've got other people doing things and other people are picking up slack, but I'm very much a control freak and I need to do certain things a certain way or they don't get done right. And it's just the way it is. And
Very
I
cool.
love delegating. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like the team I had at 3D at CMP, oh my God, they were freaking phenomenal. And they just, you know, they
Where do
made
you
me
hire
look
from?
good, you know, really. Where do I hire from? Well, mostly these are local people right now that are helping me with physical things, you know, and actual business stuff. But when I hire, like when I start hiring, you know, community managers and different things like that, they'll be, you know, hopefully pulled from the group that I'm building as I start off. Because I'll be broadcasting on YouTube, like, you know, 20 hours a week at least, live. You know,
Very cool. So you broadcast from your YouTube channel?
I have a studio I built, a $60,000 studio with 6K cameras and 4 live Zoom inputs.
Awesome, dude.
I mean, it looks pretty friggin' sweet. Yeah.
Where is it at?
A secret location in the metaverse. No, it's in West Virginia.
Very cool. I'm working with a friend out in Virginia Beach, actually. We just
I used to
started.
live in Richmond. I lived in Richmond for a year. Hated it. People were all robots.
Yeah, he lives in like town center, Virginia Beach. I'm like, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
It's like bougie. It's like
90% of people who live in that area are government workers, and they're just.
Yeah, he's a ex-military.
Well, military is different. I just mean like government, the agency drones, the hundreds of thousands of them all over the place. They're just like, oof.
Oh yeah, because it's like right off the beltway.
Exactly.
Beltway creatures.
Henrico County, and the cops there are dicks too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just say Virginia's a speed trap.
Yeah, the whole thing is a speed trap. There's
The
a place.
whole thing,
There's a
whole
place where you
entire
go
state
over. There's a
Yeah.
place where you go over in West Virginia, and you go through this bridge, and you go over a hill, and they're usually sitting right friggin' there.
Yep, I've or they park like backed up all the way up under the bridge, so you can't see them. Like they'll back their car all the way under the underpass, so when you're driving by, there's no way you're seeing it. But yeah, I've driven from New York to Florida like 15 times or so, and it's like it's insanity.
Yeah, I've done that drive a number of times from here.
Every single time, yeah. Virginia, you just can't drive at all fast. So yeah, because I wanna put you guys on, and if you have a YouTube channel to promote, I'd love to promote it on here because it seems like you're on there. You said you're on there like streaming content, right?
Well, we're getting ready to launch. I've been the last
awesome.
month or so. I've been working on the websites and the motion graphics packages, all the graphics packages for the show. So
And
when I turn it on,
what is the
I
show
don't look
going
like
to
a schmuck.
entail? Like what kind of content? What are you going to be talking about?
Oh, we're going to cover everything from crypto and tech and NFTs, of course, but we're going to cover CG mostly, a lot of life stuff, a lot of how you balance. I burned out hard. And plus I stopped drinking, and I haven't drank anything for 15 years, so that gives me a little different perspective. I've almost died twice. If you don't have balance in your life as an artist, one of the things we're doing, I'm building a 24 by 32 foot greenhouse in my backyard right now.
Beautiful.
We're going to be doing gardening and all kinds of stuff, and talking about the art of flowers, and taking pictures and close-ups, and then I'm going to be making epoxy river wood tables this summer out in my backyard with all the trees I cut down last summer. So we're going to try and find balance and keep one foot firmly planted in reality.
Yeah. That's beautiful, and that's the way to do it. And the fact that like you're doing it in such a holistic way, that is going to make all the difference, and that's going to permeate through all your work. And so the fact that that's why I'm just genuinely excited. I'm like, what's the YouTube channel? Because like I would watch that, daily. There's just a dearth of content right now because after the apocalypse, and we just kind of have to learn to like make our own farm and not plant our crops on YouTube's land. You know what I mean? So it's like the fact that you're like, you're thinking about all sides of it, but also, we want to use YouTube as a tool, right, as well to promote. And we know that there's like a lot of eyeballs there, right? So the fact that you're building on both is so important and super cool that you're like streaming in, because people who stream to YouTube, I always feel like are the smartest because like they're taking control of their videos. You know what I mean? Like
Rumble.
you
We're
own
doing
the
Rumble
stream.
live streaming too at the same time.
That's what I mean. Like I was
and
about to say, you're probably multi-streaming, right?
yeah, we're going to do Rumble, and we're going to actually also probably whatever way we work out the community. I have not found a good solution. Look, Discord's fine for like a chat software program and for like a BBS style thing. It's not great for retaining data. It's okay for, it's good for audio and video chat, and they're expanding their stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't give you any control. They don't give you any analytics. The only advantage you've got is it's an easy access. Everybody can download it from the App Store and go. But I want people who are willing to go and sign. First of all, there's no anonymity. It's KYC freaking all the way, baby.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to give me your name and address to get the physical part of the NFT anyway, and you're going to want to, right there off the bat, you're going to want to. But if you're going to be part of our group, you're not going to be anonymous, because there's no point unless you have to be for some reason. If you're in a country and your life is at risk, that's different. But you need to be, if you're going to be part of a group, you need to be part of a group, and that means knowing the people that are in your group, know your creators.
Yes, exactly. So for the C for you is creators. The KYC is know your creators.
I just made that up.
I love it though. That's super beautiful. That is true though. Like it is, we're moving away from the most important part of marketing, which is like being able to like know who you're marketing to. You know what I mean? And like like big data was like anonymized everyone anyway.
And everybody in this space has some idea that because it's new, they think it's new and Web3 and decentralized, that all the old business rules don't apply, and that could not be further from the truth.
Oh my God, I have to have you on the stream all the time, because I literally just lecture people about that all day. Just because you add a 3 to it doesn't mean that copyright doesn't exist anymore. You mofos.
Just means there's more bullshit to have to deal with.
It's insanity. It's like we went backwards. Like everyone got hit in the head with a stupid stick.
I always said that if a bunch of bankers got together and tried to decide what their biggest wet dream would be, it would be the crypto space and all the little fees that you have to get
Straight up,
friggin' slammed for
right?
everywhere.
Up. So it's like I said half the people in the space are like con artists or like hustlers in like a good way. You know what I mean? Like they hustle. Like
Or they're Jim Jones acolytes and have drank the Kool-Aid big
I
time.
know. I was saying we got to make some Kool-Aid for our brands. We were gonna make a music patch grape flavored Kool-Aid. Just like literally be like, hey, we're starting a cult of musicians, guys, and like steer into the whole, into the whole like woo-woo-ness of it, and be like, not like we're gonna be like hippies, but we're gonna be like, hey, we want you guys to like rep our brand, and we want you guys to,
Yeah,
be
I was
part
a
of it.
hippie.
Yeah, like we want.
There's nothing wrong with being a hippie.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like
Except the
we're
dirty
not gonna.
part. If
People
you're
aren't
a
gonna be
dirty
like, are
hippie,
they?
then I don't like you.
People aren't gonna be like, are they actually doing Jonestown? It's gonna be like, no. It's like we're gonna like be like, hey, like you can drink the Kool-Aid here. It's okay.
Well, I mean, one of the things that I know for a fact is that I have to get to the other side. I've been through the dot bomb
Yeah.
up close and personal. Affected me directly. I had a baby the same year that 9/11 happened. I lost my job. I got a job at a .com that went up in flames in 9 months. I mean, I went through the ringer in dot bomb, and I know what's going to happen again. And if I can get on the other side of that with my own metaverse, then I win. I don't win like I don't beat the big boys. I don't beat the globalists. But if I can get them the other side with an independent organization full of creators that say F you to wearing name brand shit and they want to make their own stuff.
Yes.
Then we win.
Yeah, and that's the space. That's what's so cool. What I love about it is like, people say like wag me, but I say like high tide raises all boats, Like,
wag me is bullshit.
It's like look at James Cameron, because I mean it's also like logically unsound. Like 100% of people can't make it. That's not how the market works. The market dictates winners and losers. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna chew up some bad ideas. Hopefully we aren't all gonna make it, because there's some shitty ideas out there that don't deserve to make it. You know what I mean? So it's like hopefully just the good ideas make it.
What up, y'all?
What's happening, Smilebot? How you doing, Smiley?
Just listening in. But yeah, some of the worst ideas are the ones that pop too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of sizzle, no steak.
Oh yeah, there's no accounting for taste. I mean, there's sometimes. I mean, man, I'll tell you one thing I got wrong as a technologist, and I don't get much wrong. I got Twitch wrong big time. I figured, man, what the hell are people going to want to sit around watching other people play video games for?
You said
That's
Twitch.
stupid.
I was on Twitch in 2014, and everyone was looking at me like I was sideways, and I had to explain what it was. And I was like, I sit here and I play video games, and like people watch you, and I'm like, yeah, they mostly chat in the chat and like start a whole like community. Like two of my people in my chat got like started dating.
I didn't call that
they
one
met
at
on
all.
chat. I know, and no one got it. And I was twitching in 2014, like trying to get partnership then, and then like they were being weird about partnership, and they didn't like that I played music. I wasn't allowed to play music on stream back then. They would kick me off Twitch for picking up my guitar. That's how like strict it was just gaming back then. Now that's fine, right? Now you can play music. Big streamers are playing music on Twitch, but not back then. And so I moved to YouNow back then, and I was just like going from platform to platform, being like, who's gonna pay me to stream? Like, I get paid for everything I do. I was like, who's gonna pay me? I was doing an advice show, a call-in show that was just like this, where I had a Skype. People could call in, and then they could request songs, and then ended up just talking about their personal problems, just like Spaces. And it would just vent, and it would just turn into like a relationship advice show for like hours. But yeah, I did that every night, and I was just doing. It was called the Christiano Show. I did that every night. But like it's more of the two of us, so the Christiano Show will be a different thing. Unless you want it to be the Christiano Show with Brad Music NFTs.
Yeah, you could do that. I can do that.
You could do that. Because in both of our names are in it.
Sure, why not? Sure, why not?
I don't know. I like expert advice. Because that's what I mean. Because when people, see the stream and they hear the stream and they see stream, dropping knowledge, it's like it makes sense.
No, I agree. And again, I thank you for helping me kill one of my characters off too.
You're welcome. You
Like,
weren't there, but in the night ship, I had a little conversation. I told Jeremy about that, and I said that I want to have a Viking funeral for Cruz, and just like he comes on the stream one last time, and then we all roast him and just set him on fire. For your other character. And then you never use the account again, and you just sunset it. And Jeremy's like, I want to fire the final.
I haven't used it in like at least a week and a half.
Because I met you on that other account that you have. I met you on that account. I met you as Cruz.
As Cruz, okay.
And so we become full circle that we'll set that character on fire and set it adrift, and you never use it again.
Right. Yeah. No,
and then one day you can come back with that character, and we'll be like zombie. I'll treat you like a zombie. So stream, I invite you to follow me or Brad into any of the spaces. We're not going to be there tonight because we're hosting Twitter's Got Talent with Music Patch and Patch Bay. So you can check out some of the things I was talking about with the music stuff over there. So that's this group, Music Patch, and it's run by Patch Bay.
I'm just so you know, I'm hosting Stream Queen from 9 p.m. till whenever I take.
The competition begins.
Are you streaming here on Spaces?
I have before in the past. I'm kind of unofficially co-hosting this Chicks space every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 to 2:30 Central. Master Builders.
So, I'm definitely coming to that.
And then Doug, this one guy, Doug. He's nerdy, but he's cool. He's
Doug
got a big helmet.
Machismo?
Doug Mac. Hold on. I'll tell you.
Oh, it's Doug Machismo.
Doug Machismo. Doug McMahon.
That was close.
Inugami. So, sometimes I'll get in a space he starts, and
he's
been starting an alpha space. So, other than that, I'm mostly just working while I do these things. So I'm surrounded by 3 computers.
Oh, I thought you were
cinema.
I'm
you were
surrounded
talking about
by
cinema.
assholes.
Cinema is we are solidified on a suite of applications that we're going to be using in our society, and Maxon One is part of it. So I'm good friends with Paul Babb, the chief marketing officer.
Can you let me know when you come out with the diet version?
Diet version of what? They got a free version of ZBrush now. Did you know that?
Yeah, but you said it on suite. Let me know when you get the diet version.
Diet as far as cost
too
or
sweet.
ease of use?
It's too sweet. Yeah, my teeth.
It's too sweet.
Okay. I see what you're doing.
I'm watching my weight too.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, you see that?
I see what threads you're pulling out over there. Because it's sweet and you don't know what words mean. I get it. I see what you did there.
Wah, wah,
wah, wah. Well, before we end the stream, because I'm trying to give us some time before, maybe 20 minutes to relax before we have to go host Twitter's Got Talent, and then after Twitter's Got Talent, it turns into Twitter's Got Jokes. So it's going to be a crazy night. So for those of you listening after, you might still catch us in there. You never know. All day.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I brought up all day. I threw him a speaker, but he said he wanted to hear some hippie hop. He hit me in the DMs, and he was like, "I want to hear some of that hippie hop you keep talking about." So I was thinking maybe I could play us out. You go ahead and talk. I'll pull up some music, but I'm going to pull up a song for him.
Fantabulous. Just want to say I'll be bouncing in and out of Patch's spaces. I have the launch party with Juliana, who is doing a launch party for Jeb Deasy and Eyes of a Leo 1. I minted their music video NFT on the Wax blockchain, and it does have the lovely Sublime Sound Network coin associated to it. So if you do pick them up, you'll earn 50 SSN a week, on top of getting the rights to the song and the beats. It's just beats and the artwork that are on that music video. So I'll be bouncing in and out of there, as well as Patch's space, and I am a avid Nightshib member, and so I'll go there to help close out the space in which I do Captain's Log, Stardate, whatever the fuck I say it is.
I'll have the music ready for you this time. I pulled up the Star Trek theme, and it cut you off by the time I had it on.
Yeah, that's the ongoing.
That was some weak sauce, that last one, by the way. You just literally fumbled the ball. You were like, I had something for this, and it just cut you off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hate Tuesdays. I hate Tuesday. I can't spit out tumulus.
Tumultuous.
See?
Tumultuous Tuesdays. You can't say it.
I can't say it. And then it was Wedgie Wednesdays, and I went Wednesday Wedgies. And I went, son of a bitch, just cut it. Just fucking cut it. And that was it. I think that was kind of actually, I liked it. I was upset at first, and then I re-listened to it, and I was like, actually, this is pretty funny. So
No, they're
maybe
also
we'll start a blooper reel because I've screwed up a
we
couple.
should.
Yeah.
And so
So
I've set up a system, Brad. Now you can basically it's this really really cool app. It's called, I should know what the hell it's called Flowgen. So I'm gonna like promote it
float
here.
what?
Flowgen,
Flowgen?
Flojin.
Okay.
Sounds like a
Yep.
feminine care product.
It
Or
does. Let me see
alcohol.
if they have a Flowgen.
Flimgen.
Is it your monthly time again? I just said
Try
Flowgen.
Flogen.
So they have an Android app as well. So Flowgen allows you to take all your spaces and like put them up on a profile, and like you can listen. It automatically downloads all your Twitter spaces, and you can listen and like comment on them, and like, you know, like comment on time codes and shit like that. Like it's next level.
I don't know. I think branding it as an alcohol would be better, like slow gin, right?
Flowgen.
Slow gin.
I'm gonna pop it up right here. So their whole thing is listen to mini podcasts shared by thinkers every day. Mini podcasts shared by thinkers every day. So my 24-hour stream is on there. It's not so mini. Um, I did a 24-hour stream and it's up on there too. So Brad, I uploaded all of our shows so far on there. So I'll send you the link. There's the way to get the app, but I can send you my link, and that'll give you access to all the shows. Maybe I'll do a post, maybe not this stream, but like my next stream, because I'm going to tidy it up a little bit before I let people in. But just Brad, so you and I can look at it, you know, and it's pretty cool. We have a
That's
place
cool.
to like watch our show, and you can actually watch the show and interact with it and comment and share from there, and like it's super cool.
Fantastic. No,
You
that's
can
great.
listen in 2 times speed if we get boring, dude. Fucking
Just
next
speed
level.
it up,
Yeah, you can listen to 1.5 and 2 times speed.
and then our voices will like this. Hold on.
No, our voices stay normal. They have like a good, it's just like, you know, they found a way to like chop it up. Yeah, it's not gonna sound like that. No? No. Are you sure? I'm sure. Okay. Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, it's not gonna sound like
I think it would be cool if it sounded like that.
no, it sounds like, you know, when you speed it up on like YouTube, and YouTube doesn't do it, but like if you speed it up in Pro Tools or something like a professional audio
But we
program,
could do like
that
an Alvin
was
and
like
the
using.
Chipmunks tribute show.
It maintains the same pitch. It just speeds it up.
Oh,
So it's basically doing mini chops. That's what it's doing.
okay.
Choppity chop chop.
I don't know. My idea is better.
Sorry. Your idea is better.
Yeah.
So before I go, so I'm gonna everyone go download Flowgen, and then you can even just search for Cristiano on there. You can find me. But if anyone wants the link, download Flowgen and then DM me, and I will send you the link, and you can have the private access right now. Brad, you can decide how many people go in there, and there's a section right now. It says free, but like you can make it paid as well. They're adding that.
Nice.
But like you can decide how many people can get access to each show.
$1
and there's
million.
subscribers. So you can literally be like, only 100 people get to see this, or only 50 people get to see this. So we could actually, you know, like
make it
gate
like an elite
certain
thing.
alpha. Yeah, like we could gate certain alpha and be like, here, you want to know the real secret, you know?
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
it doesn't right now. It's based on first come first serve, but it seems like it's eventually going to be based on like pricing too, because there's a section for changing the price, but it's just grayed out.
Yeah. I think our first, second, third show had some like crazy good stuff in there.
Yeah, show 4 is cursed.
Show,
this show was great. Episode 5 was amazing because Stream Lord over here, Stream Catcher.
Yes.
It's like a Stream Lord. Stream Catcher over here came in and dropped amazing alpha.
Yeah.
All day before we go, did you want to say what's up before I play this hippie hop for you? What's happening, man?
Yo, I wanted to hear it. I'm at the practice space. There's a dope ass ska band playing right now.
Oh, nice.
Yo, so good. About to start band practice myself. They sound just like Streetlight Manifesto.
Very cool.
Nice.
That's about it. So I'll be here another 10 minutes if you don't mind, but I'd love to hear your shit, man.
I'll play it right now, bro.
Cool.
So this song's called Superhuman, and it's like it's the answer to when everyone asks me like, how do you do everything and like 1,000 things at once? And I'm like, well, I'm superhuman. And so like, you know, like that's my power. My autism's my superpower.
So when you play the track, and when the track ends, you're ending the space, or are we coming back to closing?
When the track ends, I'm gonna say, I'll probably say goodbye at the end of the track because there's like an instrumental, you know, it rides out. I always leave like a third verse open, so during the third verse we'll say goodbye, and then we'll give ourselves a little moment of a break, and then we'll go to Patch's space.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Right,
And
go
for
to,
Later,
those,
guys.
because Brad and I are co-hosting Twitter's Got Talent tonight. So
yes, yes,
our comedy stylings, and then co-hosting Twitter's Got Jokes right after. Same space probably, unless you want to switch
yeah.
up over.
No, I
We'll
would
see.
just change the title and keep the same space.
That's what I told her to do. So we'll see if she does it under the
If she
Music
does
Patch
it.
account or under
Right.
her own account. So.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I just for those who did like and retweet my daughter's mini animated thing, thank you very much because I will be sending that to her later. Just to and she will be like, "No, you didn't," and then
I
she's
just
coming back.
reposted it,
Nice. She's coming back from MMA too,
dude. It's
and
dope.
yeah, she's gonna like drop kick pencil case me for sure, like
Oh, I'm
guaranteed.
definitely putting this on blast right now.
Yeah, but it's well worth it because it's funny. So
I
yeah.
just retweeted it.
Oh
I
God.
love it.
Okay.
She's 15, going on 19. I love it.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
You're
Lord
so
help
funny.
me. Lord help me.
15. I am 15, going on 26.
Oh God.
Why are you my dad?
What?
I'm
Actually,
53 going on
I-
12, so there you go.
yeah,
Like that scream
exactly.
queen.
Right for the guys. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, no, girls mature way early.
I know.
Guys, I'm still working on that second puberty.
We need to find the women's expert advice or something.
That's Marie. Marie's the women's
There you
expert.
go. Yes, agreed.
Marie
Agreed.
comes in for the lady
Right, yeah,
problems.
yeah.
And for the
Or
web
maybe I
design
just need
problems,
a.
and and like anytime we just need like a resident genius. Marie just sits down there. She's our resident genius. If we're ever stumped and we're like two coconuts clanging together up here.
She's the
She's like,
backup.
boys.
She's our backup to the
Yeah, she
expert.
just
Of,
shows
you
up
know
as a
what?
co-host.
We're not experts anymore. We're going to the real expert, Marie.
She shows up as a co-host and stands in between us, so our two coconuts don't
Yeah,
fight together.
that's good. That's funny.
We are in little coconut bubbles. I want to change my profile picture to something coconut based, so it like
Yeah,
fits perfectly.
because
You know?
your sunglasses throw me off sometimes. They look like googly eyes.
You put googly eyes. I'm a
They
house
do look like
plant.
googly. Depending
Because I
on how
don't
you
never know where
hold
to
your
stand with a
phone,
house plant.
the
You can't
angle of your
trust them.
phone, if you hold the phone in a certain angle,
Gotta
it
put
looks like
googly
those
eyes.
googly eyes. Yeah, yeah. With the
Now I know.
springs.
You
Yeah.
gotta look someone in the eyes, you know?
I'm just saying, dude.
Did you ever see that Christopher Walken SNL sketch? He puts googly eyes in his houseplants? No?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Put googly eyes.
It
You
looks
don't know
like
where to stand with someone. You look them in the eyes. All right, let's do This Is
Hit it,
Superhuman,
play
and try to
it.
catch if you guys are any Marvel fans, mostly Marvel references. There's like 1,000 comic book references in this, so see if you can catch them all like Pokemon.
Yo, all these people ask me how you doing. Feeling super human, I'm assuming this. Rapper formed a suture. Education preferences, I came here from the future. Travel back in time to blow your mind and sew it up with sutures. On the truth, you're a liar, man. This booth is on fire. Human torch, pass it to me in the youth. I'm inspiring, I'm used to the heat, cause I'm spitting fire like pyro in the pew. In the beat, like we Chris Brown and Rihanna, man. Magneto floating on his track like a maglet. Having trouble hearing all you haters, cause I'm mad deaf. Made my first million off an ad rep. Don Draper. Money like a CVS receipt. Long paper. But then the karma came. Pendulum swung the other way and the days got stormy like I was the god of thunder. But I escaped the underworld like Spawn to annihilate these clowns and violators with songs. They be like, hey, what did you get? You keep getting into all of this new shit. How you even got the time? How you do it? I reply, I do it superhuman. Hey, what did you get? You've been giving us your mind and your music, but how you feeling inside? How you do it? I reply, I'm doing superhuman. And you're my spidey senses tingling when I hit that Mary Jane, but I prefer them nerdy chicks. When Stacy giving brains, she climbs the walls like Spider-Gwen and slips me up inside her Gwen pool. Busting balls, my web shooter, she green goblin. Minutes later, I'm regenerating sperm like Wolverine. Just call me Weapon X, my sex switch you open like surgery. You heard of me, I'll murder these tracks like Sopranos. Turn half these rappers to dust in a snap like I'm Thanos. Got cards up my sleeve, that's my gambit. Symbiote up in me, no venom, I'm his enemy on the rampage. Call me Kid Carnage when I'm slaughtering this damn stage. You rogues, you can't touch me, I'll leave your life drained. Kitty Pride grabbed me tight, faced us through the floor, and I fell into a three-way with her and Jean Grey. Doing Emma Frost in the astral plane. Clock inside like a mystique, so freak, she loves that role play. Hey, what did you kid? You keep getting into all of this new shit. How you even got the time? How you do it? I reply, I do it superhuman. Hey, what did you kid? You've been giving us your mind and your music, but how you feeling inside? How you do it? I reply, I do it superhuman. These dudes is too stupid to make this type of music. My flow went to Harvard, your flow's in kindergarten. These dudes is too clueless to see that they're just choosing illusion that started with snakes up in the garden. They be like, hey, what did you kid? You keep getting into all of this new shit. How you even got the time? How you do it? I reply, I do it superhuman. Hey, what did you kid? You've been giving us your mind and your music, but how you feeling inside? How you do it? I reply, I do it superhuman. Thank you for a great show, everyone. Thanks to everyone for coming out. Streamcatcher, you rock. All day, you like it? What are you thinking? Smiley, what's up?
Woo!
Big fan.
Uh, Loved it, loved it. So here we go. Magneto, Spider-Man, Thor, Green Goblin, Thanos, Black Widow, Jean Grey, Xavier, Wolverine, Mary Jane, and maybe Medusa. He said snakes in a garden. So I'm not sure
Ah,
about that one,
that's
but
the it's
that's what I
Genesis.
picked
That's the
up.
original comic book.
Okay, okay. That's what I
That's the
picked up. I
OG
know I
comic book,
missed a
bro.
couple. I missed a couple when he was like fast rapping and he just spitting out names, and I went, uh. But yeah, that's what I picked up.
Cock and Psylocke, Mystique's a freak. She loves that role play.
Oh,
Doing Emma Frost in
Mystique.
the astral plane. Cock and Psylocke, Mystique's a freak. She loves that role play.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I'm very proud of doing Emma Frost in the astral plane. I'm a big fan of that line. I'm a very big fan of that
Oh
line.
my
I'll never
God.
change that line
Not
ever.
financial advice. Not financial
You know
advice.
that one can go in the non-parental advisory version as well. So
There we go. There we go.
because it's like, if you're clever enough, you can say curses without ever saying them.
Yeah, that's true. This
Like
is factual
I'll
facts.
take the
Factual
pinch, my
facts.
dear.
Factual facts.
But yo, I had a great stream, everyone. Thank you guys so much. We met an awesome new friend today. Streamcatcher,
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow you around. I'll be on any streams you want to have me on. Vice versa, you please come on my streams. Like, you rock, bro.
Yeah. And if you need a space to get totally messed up, I'm your man. I blow the doors off of places, but just you got to leave the tip for the Twitter maids because I really leave a mess in spaces. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
Brad's
Fair
not
warning.
a good guest.
I
Yeah.
really prefer the mental health spaces where everybody's effed up and talks about it. Oh no, wait, no, I don't.
That becomes every space. I love
Well,
when
then,
people come on the space and just like, this is the first show we've had, and I don't want to jinx it, where no one's come on and like just been like, I'm sad.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well, it's funny that
successful space, everyone.
it's funny that he says that because Bruce holds the TSA spaces, but it's like comedy as well, like a Twitter Spaces Anonymous.
Yeah.
And he does this big like pitch.
But it's
He's
on
got this
Twitter.
story to it, and he always says the exact same story. And then I go next, and I'm like, "Hi, my name is Brad Music, and I am a Twitter Spaces addict, and I find it very
It's very
conflicting that we're
triggering.
holding Twitter Spaces Anonymous in a Twitter space.
It's very
May I
triggering for me.
recommend Clubhouse or Discord? This message is brought to you by I have no fucking idea and sponsored by Numbnuts and Factual Facts. Thank you. Yeah, like that's how the whole thing goes. But like, seriously, who holds Twitter Spaces Anonymous in a Twitter space,
That's
man?
like holding a Weight Watchers meeting in a bakery.
Right, right. I'm like, God damn,
And I'm that, kids.
Yeah.
Good night,
On that
everyone.
note, good night, everybody.
Good
Tip
night,
your
everybody.
waiters.
See you
Tip
later.
your Twitter
All day, have a
maids.
great practice.
All right.
Smiley, I appreciate
See
you,
ya.
bro. I'll hit you up soon. Marie, see you guys later. Everyone come to Twitter's Got Talent. Good night, everyone.
Peace. Peace.
Weight Watchers meeting in a bakery.